All right, so the purpose of this video is I want to explain, we're going to start showing how to draw ISOs 1 through 13. I'm going to start with number 1. Some of the things that are going to make a difference, I have to draw my stuff really, really dark so you can see it. Remember that when you draw your construction lines, they should be super, super light. So the first thing we do every single time we start a sketch is we put a dot on our page. And then we go through and we draw 30-degree angles. So again, you would draw these lines really, really light. I am going to draw them really, really dark so they're super visible to you at home. The same thing here. We don't draw them any decided distance. We draw them nice and long. And I'm going to draw one up. And same idea. I'm not going to draw it like a definite distance. I'm just going to draw it up. And then I'm going to erase the parts that I don't want later. Mine's not going to erase super well because I'm drawing it so darkly, but I don't know if it's better or worse. But all right, so once I have my, I'm kind of calling it a V. Once I have that done, I can go through and start laying out the cube that my object is going to fit inside of. So if we look, I'm going to put this someplace where you can see it throughout the drawing. But if we look, our cube is 1, 2, 3 by, so 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And again, we're going to randomly draw our lines up, and then we'll deal with the actual height of stuff afterwards. Nice and dark. Hopefully we don't need any more height than that. I probably should have went down a little further. Okay, and then we got to get our height, and our height's going to come from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll go up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's kind of the last measurement I'm going to need in order to draw my cube. So we'll come back this way. And take our next turn here at the opposite 30. And where those lines hit these vertical lines, we'll come back the opposite direction. And I'll do the same thing here. And so once I have those, now I need my slash, right? I've got this piece that has to get carved out from it. Well, if I look at my object, I can count squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make a mark right there. Then I'm going to come up 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And what I'll do there is I'll connect the dots. I'll go from my 6 point to my 3 point. And do that. And then once I have those, I can draw these across, going the opposite direction. And where those lines intersect the other line, I can draw my other, it's a chamfer line is what they're called. Anytime you take a square and you shave off a flat, like angled side to it, that's called a chamfer. If it was rounded, it'd be called a fillet. And there's my object, right? So then I'm going to go through and I'm going to erase the lines that shouldn't be there, right? And again, you're still going to see mine because I had to draw it so dark, but it won't be terrible. Get rid of those. Get rid of these. You know, I would suggest not putting all these little ticks in here like I did. I just put them in so you could see them kind of a thing. So I'll erase those out of there. Now yours at this point should be really, 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 really light. Like you should barely be able to see it, right? Now after you go erase these, which they erase really, really easily, we go back and we darken, right? Like your line, when you draw it lightly, you won't be able to tell very well because, again, the camera's not great for that. But this is how light your line should originally be. I mean, you literally can't see that. If I bring it up super close, you can kind of see it, right? But in real life, sitting here looking at it, it looks totally visible. I can see it perfectly, and you will be able to too. But you want to make the erasing process a lot better. So once it's all done, I got to go back through and I have to darken all of these lines. All right, make everything nice and crisp so they all look good. Just taking a couple of seconds to do that. Probably won't take this much time with every drawing, but for the first one, I want you to be able to see what we want to be able to do there. One of the most important things was what we talked about, drawing our lines really, really bright, or really, really lightly, so that we can darken everything up and make it look nice after the fact. All right, so not bad. And so then when I'm done with that, underneath it, I'm going to write in all caps, ISO number 1. I'm going to grab a pen. I'm going to use a red pen so you can see it. You should probably use a black, but whatever. And then you're going to sign under your drawing. So you can't even tell it's red. Just sign it, and that's how we do ISO 1. So keep watching. I'll do, ISOs 12.